All right, y'all, today we are working on the barn. It's time to prep. You know, we got some dirt scattered out here that's trying to dry out and everything, but I got to cut this hole right in this right here. So things will start drying out, and also that'll give me that place to get tow truck in there when I'm ready, and also get the rest of this done. Yeah, and Mouthy over there, she won't shut up, so I'm about to put her inside. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to cut this hole out here, take this metal off, and make us a big door there. So, all right, I'll see you in a minute. Ta-da! One door open. Now I can just maybe reframe that right there, that piece, and see about building a sliding door that goes on the outside, because it ain't got to really do a lot. It ain't like it's got to be super secure. Got cameras out here and all that stuff, so I think that's going to be just fine. But if I can rebuild it, or use this metal, rebuild another frame, and just make me a sliding door that comes across here like that, that would be very cool. But we got a hole in the barn, or in the shop, which is very cool. Lets a lot more light in here, and And eventually I'll get this post out, and I'll take this gate, and I'll use that gate somewhere. I'm not sure where, but I'll use it somewhere. So I'm going to take it all off, and we're going to cut that other railroad tie off there, because I'm sure it's not in the greatest of shape either. So we'll get that done, and then we'll see where we can go from there. So I'm going to take me a quickie break, and I'll be back. Howdy, howdy. Well, here we go. Today's a good day. So, as you see, we got the wall cut out of the shop. So, Tony and the big Italian and I were looking at the shop, and we did some figuring and some measuring and some more figuring, and you know, all them numbers just kind of messed this up. But no, I was kidding. But we did measure this out, and I feel like, you know, the lift doesn't have to go as high as it used to go down in Florida with no roof on it. So here I only need to get it up about 4.5, 5 feet, which puts it perfectly so I could put the truck in here. And 4.5 feet, you know, that's about, let's see if I can show you, 4.5 feet, it's about right there somewhere. So that would be perfect. I could just bend over like this and still be up underneath the truck and be able to do what I got to do if you know, if I need to be up underneath there, anything major. So, and for a normal car, I could get it all the way up to where I could stand underneath there. But I don't need to do that for my truck, you know what I mean? I'm good with that. So I am giving serious thought to going ahead and just getting concrete in here, and maybe just do a bag pour, just start buying bags and start, you know, dry pour, and just start buying bags a couple at a time, you know, whenever I get a couple extra dollars, and go buy 4 or 5 bags at a time and start putting them in here. And I think that'll be ideal, and then you know, I can go ahead and make this happen. And I do have a concrete mixer over there, so I can mix the footers part for the lift itself that it sits on, which is this part right there. Okay, now those have to be 10 inches by 12 by 12, and I think I did them 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet. I think I did them 18 by 18 in Florida with the pad. So I'm probably going to do that. You know, and that's real easy to do, because you just put them down 18, dig a hole 18 inches and fill it in, and then pour your concrete around it. So anyway, with the door gone like that now, I'm fixing to haul it out of here. Mary's over there trying to find her mics that she lost in the dirt. I tried looking for a little while. I hooked her up with a magnet and see if she could search around for them, because I guess they're very magnetic. So she's searching around for those. So in the meantime, I told her, "You eyes better than mine. I need a really big grasses." So I figured I'd just wait and come over here and stay out of her way so I don't step on them and break one of them. So I'm gonna try and get this door loaded up on this trailer, on the little 4-wheeler trailer here we got, and this is where I can take it over there and get it out of my way. And then she's gonna give me a hand with the barn today, because I found some old paint, and I'm gonna paint the barn today, or paint the shop today, and then we'll work on the barn here soon. I'm still waiting on that thing to dry out, everything to dry out around the barn before I go trying to do anything more to it. So, you know, plans change and stuff like that. But anyway, again, we're just trying to let things dry out before we do a lot around here. And yes, as far as doing all the dirt work, yeah, I'm messing up the yard with the backhoe, but who cares? It's gonna get covered with dirt anyway. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if there's ruts. If there's ruts, all I'm doing is eliminating soft spots, future soft spots. So that just, you know, when I create ruts like that, that's just packing that stuff down. And let me walk you out here real quick and show you. Yesterday I had the pond pumped down, and I showed you in the video there that, you know, the water was still creeping out from the ground. So I wanted to walk you over here and show you how much water has creeped out from the ground so far. And look at this. I had this pumped almost completely empty yesterday, and the water is still running out back over there. Still got it coming out. So that just tells you how much water is in the ground around here. So this pond is definitely doing its job. But today though, I'm more worried about getting the shop going. I really want to get this thing cleaned up. I want to get all the vines off of it and what have you like that, and start getting it ready to get the truck over here. I think things are drying slowly but surely. All this mud over here I say mud, all this dirt that I put over here yesterday is hardening up pretty good and drying out pretty fast today already, and it's only like 9 o'clock in the morning. I put this out here yesterday, and already rolling over it with the four-wheeler, you can see the tracks where it just rode on top. It didn't sink down in it. So that tells you how fast it's drying out. So by me reaching in there and grabbing that muddy wet pile over there and bringing it over here and spreading it out a little bit, even if it's in clumps like this, it's still drying out good. So that's the plan there. I mean, that's a good sign there. And so anyway, I'm gonna get this thing loaded up, and we're gonna see if we can't get some stuff done today. Like I said, I'd really like to get some paint on this shop to start protecting it and start getting it prepped. I'm ready to start working on a truck here soon. Yeah, now see, I've been hanging on to that little trailer now for a few years and really haven't had any use for it. But something told me a few years ago when I got it that, you know what, I'm gonna hang on to that. One day that might come in handy. And sure enough, today is the day it has really come in handy. So with the hitch on there and everything, that's working out perfectly. You know, I would like to get a little drop hitch one day for it, because it's just 1 7/8 inches, so I only need to drop it just a couple inches, and then eventually build the dump bed on it. I think that'd be very cool, so we could use it to haul dirt and stuff like that. So especially when Mary gets ready to start dealing with the chickens on a regular basis and all that, and all her gardening stuff, it'd be perfect for that. Then she could just load it up and take it out there and dump it, right? So anyway, got the big door moved. I'm gonna go out there and probably spread that dirt around. And even though we got a little breeze today, the breeze is blowing just the right way, so it'll all blow back. Any overspray will blow back there towards the back of the trees back there, so I'm not too worried about that. So let's get going. Let's see what else we can get done. All right, y'all. Special guest today.
You needed a little bit of help, so I'm giving a helping hand.
So we might have to get over here closer so you can hear us. But yeah, Mary's gonna get up in the bucket and help me get these vines off of here today, and help me move the lift and the air tanks out of the way so I can get this tree out and get more dirt in here drying up. So watch this trick. She's gonna do this. Do not try this at home.
No, and I'll be careful.
So we'll be real careful. We've done it before. We'll bring you back. right, one more down. All we gotta do is move the lift and the air tanks and the cherry picker, and then we'll be rocking and rolling. And then Mary's probably gonna go out there and do her thing for a little while. I know she's still trying to find her earbuds. She ain't found her microphone, so we still ain't found it. So we might have to get the rakes out and go over there and just go to town for a little while. It is what it is, y'all. So let me move the backhoe back, and we'll get the straps out, and we'll get this stuff lifted up and moved. All right, be right back. Next. Got to be 60, 70 pounds a piece.
dreams, left the sunshine behind. Now Arkansas calls, where the land's untamed and wild. Gary, Mary, Mary, we're carving out of space, building a homestead at our own pace. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid living with our family and friends. We got houseboats to build and tractors to mend. Join the journey, let the adventure begin. From the four-wheelers we're fixing to tiny house dreams. Every day's a challenge, but it's sweeter than it seems. Downsizing our life, but living more free. Come along, share this life with me. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid living with our family and friends. We got houseboats to build and tractors to mend. Join the journey, let the adventure begin. From the live chats, we'll tell you what's new. Sharing our progress and projects with you. From Florida's coast to Arkansas hills, we're chasing freedom and chasing thrills. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid living with our family and friends. We got houseboats to build and tractors to mend. Join the journey, let the adventure begin. Like, subscribe, and share. It's all for free. Together we'll build this homestead dream. Junktojems Homestead, where we live off the land. With hard work and heart, we'll make our stand. From the four-wheelers we're fixing to tiny house dreams. Every day's a challenge, but it's sweeter than it seems. Downsizing our life, but living more free.
Accomplished. Sweet, thank you. That would have taken me forever to do that little bit by myself.
Well, there you go.
All right, now I just got to move a few things out of the way and set up the sprayer and see if we can't get her sprayed out and at least get it looking a little bit better and try to get this side cool, the south side cool. And that's the main point there, is to try and get this to cool down a little bit. When that sun gets kicking hard in there, you can feel the heat coming off of that. So I'm gonna try and get that out. That, and there's a lot of rust on there, so figure we'll solve that problem. So anyway, let's check back in just a little short. We'll be back. Well, we didn't get to the painting yet today. We're gonna do that tomorrow. I did get the pond pumped down, and we got the ditch pumped down, and we're gonna have to go back here and pump down the other ditch. But you see, we got all the other stuff moved, and got the tree out, and I don't want to get over here in this hole anymore until this dries out before I got the tree out, because it ended up being a nasty hole. So I'll just give you a quick glimpse, and yes, you're gonna probably whine because I tore up the property some more, but that's okay. You know, what y'all don't a lot of you don't understand is it's okay to make this mess. You know, this is like any construction site. When when you're prepping for it, it's gonna happen. You got to do all these things, and you got to take all the dirt and move it all around and all this stuff and make it all look nasty, and then it's gonna look pretty. So but I did find out right here, this is where the lift was sitting. That's a deep hole right there. So I'll have to work on that one for sure, but at least it's opened up now, because all of this was a nice soft spot right here anyway. You see where I hadn't put any dirt in here at all at this spot. So we did find out that there's a little underground thing that feeds out there to the pond underground, because that was super soft right there. And you see this one over here, this is another hole that I was not getting stuck over here. I got a little stuck right there, when I was putting the last piece of post I put in. So, but look at this. That's filled up. This was dry when I first rolled my tire in here, and I was able to drive all around this. So, no biggie. We know that that's underground right there, so we'll have to work on that. But that's like I said, those are all good things for me to find out where everything is draining and where the wet, you know, the soft spots are, and where the underground aquifers are running and what have you like that. So that's a good sign. So now I know. I just let this dry out, give it a day, let it dry out. I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna paint the shop tomorrow. I'm gonna put some paint on all of that, and I'll get back in here and smooth some of this dirt out a little bit now that it's starting to dry out good. And then we're gonna put some paint on there, make it look a little better, make it look a little cooler, or let it get a little cooler anyway with that paint on there. Because these two sides right here, the south and that side inside the barn there, that side, you can feel the heat in there. So now I know why they had the other door sealed off. It's because of probably because of the heat. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get that all done tomorrow. I'm gonna finish editing this video out for you today, and tomorrow we're gonna be painting and hanging shelves and building shelves anyway. So, and things are finally starting to dry out enough that we might be able to get over here and work on the door and stuff like that. But inside the barn, no, that's gonna be a little bit, because the ground is still pretty wet inside there. Even though we've got fans running on it and all that stuff, it's just pretty wet. So it is what it is. Things will dry out. I will show you one more thing where I can show you how much is drying out. You remember still I had the puddle in here, and look, this is already dried out that fast right there. So good sign. Let's check the ditch one more time before we leave, before we close out for today. We'll check the pond anyway, because we had this dry now a little while ago. And look at this, now that I've disturbed that over there, this wasn't running earlier. This side right here wasn't running earlier, but now that I've disturbed that over there, now it's running. Crazy. And that was completely dry earlier. I mean, other than like that, probably that much water in it, but now it's got a foot in it. So that's still draining back there, and this is now starting to drain over here, all from underground. So good sign. I'm glad I disturbed that now. So all good. Like I said, by the end of summer, this is gonna look nice out here. By next year, this is all gonna be pretty grass and everything. So y'all just bear with us. It's gonna get there. I'm gonna get more dirt put in the pergola throughout the summer, and get all the rocks and everything done over the next month or so. As long as we don't get 10 more inches of rain, we should be rocking. So in the meantime, I'm gonna let y'all go. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope y'all enjoyed Mary joining us today. And yes, we're taking your advice. We're gonna start incorporating the two of us and getting us back together, working again. And all is good, all right? So y'all don't stress. We will keep working together, all right? We'll see y'all soon.